So yeah, um, last week when we met, you touched a bit on your having quit cigarettes and stuff, and I'm quite interested to know more about your journey. And basically, we might as well start from the beginning, where basically you started smoking and how did you start smoking?
Okay. So yeah, man. It's kind of a threefold type of experience.
Mm.
One, it was curiosity, and I'll tell you why I say that afterwards. Two, what people usually say, peer pressure, or what I would call social influence.
Yeah.
And third one would be coping, as in coping mechanism, right?
Yeah.
Now, the first one, I mean, growing up, you're told, no, don't smoke, don't drink as a kid. But as you grow older, you become curious. So like,
Sure.
what is this about? Why don't they want me to do it?
Yeah.
Yet everybody's doing it,
Yeah.
right? So that was always in my mind, just like anything, just like alcohol, like, but what is it that people are getting out of this thing, and why shouldn't I do it? I know I'm told it's bad, but why am I not? Why can't I experience it and then make my own decision?
Yeah.
Right? So two, I said it was peer pressure influence, right?
Yeah.
So all of this then was in 2003 or four when I was in varsity.
Okay.
I mean, you're still in your 20s, you get there, everybody is cool, hip, and happening. I mean, you're coming from different backgrounds with different experiences. Some people were already smoking. Right?
Yeah.
At 17, 18, people were already smoking. I was not smoking, but I had tried it before. So I knew how it works.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? But it was just not my thing.
Yeah.
And then, so what happened was, during that time, I feel like I was doing some kind of subliminal or subconscious research in my mind. I remember I was curiosity at first, and now there's the social pressure. People are smoking. But I think without knowing, I was asking the questions. What do you get out of smoking?
What do you get out of it?
What is this about?
Yeah.
And then I was told many different things. I was told it gives you head rush.
Yeah, yeah.
I was told,
yeah.
There's a lady who once told me that she was smoking in a club, I mean, with students. I asked her, but why do you smoke? Because I was not smoking at the time. Right? And she said to me, because it's nice. Because I love it. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
And then she asked me, why are you not smoking? Like, but give me why should I smoke? Why? And this lady said, no, but in a club, you see a guy there with his drink in one hand, with smoke in one hand.
Yeah.
It just looks cool.
About fit times, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, what? Cool. So, I mean, I'm in my 20s. This girl is telling me it's cool to smoke.
Yeah.
There's so many things that are going on in my head. It sounds like a cool idea, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Sharp. And that was that. The third one which was probably the one that drove me.
Yeah.
Once and for all, was coping. Like I said, during my subconscious research, I was told it calms you down. I mean,
okay.
You should be able to cope with stress. I'm in varsity, I'm doing a very, very stressful course. Things are not necessarily going my way. I'm like, you know what, there's this other substance. These guys said, it can help me cope with this. With the stress level, I should be able to manage my work, my time. So right there and then, after all this information that I had, and after thinking very carefully, I was like, I think I need this thing. I think I need to start smoking just to deal with my life, And as such, I made a conscious decision one day at campus, went to the kiosk, paid like £2 for a loose draw, bought the thing and smoked. That's how it started.
Okay.
Right?
And
And I got the head rush.
Mm.
Like, yeah, this is great. This is what they've been talking about.
But do you think it actually worked in terms of the stress load? Did he actually help you out?
I think it was more mind over matter. I believe that it would.
Yeah.
And as such, it felt like it was.
Yeah.
Right? I forgot all about the health reasons why you shouldn't smoke and the damage it can cause. It felt like it was working.
Yeah, because
right?
the reason why I'm asking,
And perhaps, yeah.
the reason why I'm asking is because, well, what in my research I found that what it actually does, it cultivates receptors on your brain, which literally then suppress your natural ability to create endorphins, which is basically what keeps like stress levels low and stuff. So you operate like at an optimal level by endorphins, but once you start smoking, you start suppressing the ability to create your own. So you basically need cigarettes as like a reward system for that. So when you say that you started smoking as a coping mechanism, stress levels, then I'm not too sure if that would work because you need to actually have been on cigarettes for it to suppress your ability for you to find it as a reward or something that will help you when you're stressed. So it was quite interesting to see if it actually did work for you. Yeah, but other than that, when you were smoking, did you ever? But I realized you actually started late as compared to other people. I mean, they started around 10 to 15. You started late.
Yeah.
But in that time when you were smoking, did you ever feel the need to get your health or your lungs checked to see just how far along they were?
So is this the period when I just started, or
No, the whole process
you
when you've been smoking up until the time when you quit, was there ever a time that you felt you needed to check your lungs or your health?
No, not at all. At no point that so once I was hooked, I was hooked.
Yeah.
I never looked back. I was just a smoker. I was part of the community that smokes. And you know what? You're in your 20s, you don't really care much about
True.
things.
Yeah.
You just want to get by and do your thing, have fun, and smoke.
So basically, did you have any health or performance issues, or you just felt like you're cool, you're performing perfectly?
During this whole period, because now you're not just smoking, you're mixing it with going out, drinking, sleeping late. It all created this thing that sometimes when you wake up, you're just coughing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's not cold, it's not hot, it's not a flu. You're just coughing, your lungs are saying, you know what, you just abused me last night.
Yeah.
So there was this constant cough that was just there.
Yeah.
It's just there. Every weekend is there, or every time you overindulge, it's there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I knew that was the cause. I just knew, one day I have to stop this thing.
Yeah.
Because it's. I mean, my lungs will probably not be able to sustain this forever, or as long as I live.
Okay. All right. Yeah, when you talk about that morning cough, a lot of people actually don't realize it. What happens is when you smoke, your lungs they lose the ability to clean themselves, and the only time that your body actually has time to rebuild itself is when you're sleeping. And in the morning when you wake up, it has literally kind of cleared some of that residue that you were putting into it yesterday. So it's good to want to perform normally, but now you then feel this cough where it's trying to clear itself. You start feeling like it's actually a bad sign, and you go smoke again because you want to feel your normal self, just constantly smoke up. So that's kind of messed up. When your body wants to repair, you are literally just keep.
You're going against it.
Yeah, but anyway, in terms of your relationship, well, I know that how many years married now? 4.
I am 3. Let's just say.
3, okay. But
Well, since 2018.
were you smoking that time when you guys met or?
Yes. No, I was still very much. I was still smoking.
Is it? And did it affect your relation in any way?
It obviously did. I mean, being constantly told that you smell like a chimney or you smell funny,
Yeah.
It's there. It's a thing. You may ignore it and say, but I'll eat gum. I'll put in whatever deodorant, cologne. It's there. It as much as maybe your partner may be tolerant of it or seem like they are, it's there. And as such, you'll end up either hiding when you're smoking, when they're around, or just don't smoke when they're around. Smoke after. You know what I'm saying? So it creates this world now of secrets. Like, you know what? There's this thing that I do that your partner shouldn't know about.
True.
Yeah.
I was talking to my brother the other day, and it was like, because people like myself started very young. I found myself actually spending less time around my parents because I was smoked up, obviously, all the cigarettes.
Of course.
And I think in a way that kind of shaped how my relationship with my parents actually turned out. And that's one of the things that I regret, because it took that from me. But yeah, there's nothing I can do right now, except for the fact that they were shocked when they found out that I used to smoke. And now here I am, I'm like an anti-cigarette
activist.
It's weird. But I still say, look, I don't think I would have been in the position had I not been a smoker before, because I know what I'm talking about. I understand what came about it. And I'm loving the change that has come with having quit. And on your side, what actually made you quit smoking?
So throughout, I mean, like since 2003-4 until about last year, that we're counting about 16 years. Throughout the 16 years, I can tell you I tried to quit twice already. Right? The first time I was way earlier. It was just after 4 years. I was like, you know what? I don't want to smoke. As such, I stopped for like a week. And I counted the days from Monday to Sunday. And then, no, actually it was Monday to Friday.
Yeah.
And then there was the weekend. And you go out, I'm still a young man, partying, relapse, never look back, continued back on the train, smoking. Yeah. Fast forward to about 20, what year was it? 2018.
Yeah.
Right. Now that's the year my daughter was born. And throughout, I was like, you know what? Since I couldn't do it on my own, let me use another reason. I'll quit when I have my first kid. Obviously, there's germs associated with smoking, small baby that you're going to be carrying, and all these substances could end up affecting it. So it's like, no, I'm going to do this. I'm going to quit. Sharp.
A butt coming up.
We're on a journey of having a baby. Sharp. There's more motivation for me. I'm gonna do this thing. As such, I did attempt to quit. Like a month before she was born, I quit. Right, with the help of, there's these anti-smoking pills that you can buy with prescription. It's therapy, it's treatment. You use them for like a month, follow the instructions to the T, and they worked, or seemed like they did.
Yeah.
As such, I went on a month just before my kid was born, smoke-free. I was like, I finally did this thing. And then a weekend before my daughter was born, I went away. To a festival with my friends. It's a festival. It's a camping festival. You're there for 3 or 4 days. Everyone is smoking. Everyone is drinking. It's a mess.
Yeah.
You see, now my mind remembers, hey, this thing's associated with fun times. Hey, like, you know what? man, I can quit again. I've already done it for a month, I can quit again.
Yeah.
I go back, relapse, smoke. So come back from there, my daughter's born. Now I'm still smoking. Actually, like, what am I gonna do? Now I'm stressed that I'm still smoking. I continue to smoke.
You continue smoking.
Yeah, for the next 2 years now, I'm still smoking. But in my head, I still know that, you know what, this is bad for me. I chose it, I know, but I can let it go. And only I can let it go. I need to stop it. Because now I'm getting older. It's going to affect my health at some point. As such, it did. I was lazy to do anything. I was lazy to exercise, lazy to run. I was just lazy to do anything physical or anything intense. And so came COVID and lockdowns. This was 2020 now. I was like, you know what? And then they banned cigarettes. I'm like, actually, there's the final push. There's a sign. That, you know, there's an opportunity to actually do this now for real. Right? Went back to the other treatment, to the pills. Like, I know this worked. It was just me who failed. Went back to the pills, did that, but my mind was already made up. That this is it. I'm stopping this thing. I'm going to fight tooth and nail to make sure that I do not go back to the habit. And look, did the treatment, it worked, cigarettes were banned, so there was nothing that was forcing me or influencing me or trying to convince me to go back.
I get you.
Right? Finally, I had managed to stay without smoking, let's say for at least 2 months. And I was like, you know what, I can do more, I can continue. This thing works.
There's no need.
That's how I find myself here today. 11 months later, never touched the stuff. Don't want anything to do with it.
Yeah, man. Congrats. That's a very good achievement. And you said one thing that's quite important, that your mindset was already there. You were already in that space where you wanted to quit. And I always say to people that approach me and say, how can I go about quitting? And I say, the first thing, you have to be in that mindset. You know, you cannot assist somebody that has been pushed to quit something that they are still very much into, because it's not going to work. You're not relapse or something. And then you touched again on COVID, that you actually, that was your final push. And I saw people that were quite excited during the first, when they eased the first hard lockdown. That was it. I quit smoking and I don't have a reason to go back. And now when I approach them, I say, so let's talk about that journey that you went. It's like, dog, I'm back on the cigarettes. I mean, I think I just did it because there were no cigarettes inside, you know.
It was a popular decision at the time.
Yeah. So I guess for you, I wanted to understand, or do you think you would ever go back to cigarettes, given that the final push was COVID? And apart from that, how has having quit improved your life so far?
Look, one, I do not want to go back. If I go back, it would be unfortunate. But remember now, this thing is also, you need to think about, you need to make the decision. There's no magic cure. There's no hypnosis. There's no therapy that is a magic thing that will just make you quit. You need to decide that you don't want to smoke. Right? For me, that's one. I don't want it. I don't need it. There's no reason for me to do it. Right? And then the other thing you mentioned about improve. What has it improved?
How has your life improved since you quit?
Man, look, physically I feel great. Food tastes great. I was finally able to start running, like seriously running. I could breathe better. I could run for longer without catching my breath. I could do physical training without getting tired or having to catch my breath, you know, or coughing, or the coughing subsided completely. I mean, it's been a year. I don't think I've ever been sick with a cough or a cold since then. So it has improved. So physically, I feel great. You know,
That's awesome.
my appetite is better. I eat better. I even sleep better.
I can imagine we will have a better relationship.
No, no, 100%. My partner is completely over the moon by this achievement,
Yeah,
and no, she's happy
yeah.
that I
You know,
finally managed to get over this thing.
yeah. I'm now I'm looking forward to my 7th year. I'm celebrating it on the 5th of May. No, on the 7th of May.
Mm,
And I honestly looking forward to those, like when I do it like a whole anniversary thing. It's one of the things that
mm,
keep me going. When I say on the 7th of May, I'm celebrating having quit smoking. It's something
yeah,
that my family has also gotten acquainted to, and they're walking the journey with me, supporting me through it all. And it
yeah,
becomes quite exciting. I'm saying, I'm going on to my 7th year. Sometimes I even forget, or I used to be a smoker. Yeah, until
mm,
somebody walks past me and there's this awful smell, this thing that feels very foreign to me, you know.
yeah. And they think you're being funny.
You think I'm being
You-
funny, and
yeah,
it's not something I'm not doing it to myself. It's just how my body's reacting to it now. It's just not
yeah.
love. Yeah, and yeah, man. So for somebody that is only thinking of picking up this habit, which is like basically your 10-year-olds to your 14-year-olds, what would you say? What would you recommend or advise them?
It's as bad as it is. Do not do it. It's not worth it. There's nothing cool about it. There is no benefit from it.
Mm,
It serves no other purpose than just to waste money and time
mm,
and your health.
yeah,
It's just something that if you can, you should stay away from. It
yeah.
should just be as bad as COVID. You know what I'm saying? It's just something you should avoid by all means.
Yeah, yeah. And then there's obviously the 30-year-old that is now considering their health and wants to quit. What then do you advise that person?
My brother and sister, it's all in the mind.
Yeah,
You need to start by literally choosing or picturing your life without it, one, and see that is that the life that you want. Once you've done that, pick a day and say, you know what, on this day, I'm going to stop this thing. And there are many options out there that you could try. Do a bit of research. I mean, I spoke about the anti-smoking pills that worked for me.
mhm,
There's hypnosis that probably works for other people. There's some others who were just able to just quit without any other.
whole take, yeah, yeah,
Yes. So the tools and the techniques out there, look
mm,
for them, try them, but make a decision
yeah,
that
yeah,
you want to stop.
yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, like I
Yeah.
also went for like I was telling you, I went for the rise therapy. I don't know if I told
Yeah.
you. It's basically a reflection instrument scanning electropulse. So what it does,
Yeah.
like they scan around your earlobes, and then they
Mm.
put like it's called like a substitute for nicotine into your receptors, so that it puts them
Yeah.
for like 6 months. I mean,
Mm.
6 months you don't crave after the hour that they sit with you and do that. You don't crave at all for like six
Yeah.
months. Obviously, there's no need to smoke after 6 months when this thing wears off. And I've been clean since.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't think I would have done it by myself because I still loved smoking, but I was more concerned about my health and just being there for my family and my son growing around with a dad around, and I wasn't trying to
Yeah.
take my chances of leaving this earth. So cigarettes was that,
Mm.
but yeah, Master Steve, thank you very much. Um, that was quite insightful, and I want to believe that a lot of people that are tuning in to this thing that I'm trying to do will take something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Man.
cool stuff.
No, I mean, look, it's a great initiative. It's for somebody who's never smoked, you won't get why this is important. Yes, I know we blame the government for a lot of things. We should blame them for this as well. There's just not enough education around the dangers of smoking itself.
Yeah.
There's just not enough campaigns. I mean, they pulled off the ads a couple of years ago, but that was it.
Yeah.
But at no point was this continuous warning to say, guys, you need to stop smoking because in the long run, it's going to cause this and this amount of harm.
So
and also,
what I can tell you is I've been working closely with the Department of Health. And one thing I know is that they are busy with the new bill that they want to put out. And once that has been tabled, they are now going to mobilize this campaign as big as, you know, your AIDS and TB campaign. So this is going to be a big issue. And a lot of people are going to start feeling when, you know, the law starts coming in terms of, you know, like for instance, they're going to impose like a 100% ban on public areas. I'm not too sure if they'll define public areas, but places like restaurants, you won't be able to smoke in restaurants anymore. I know right now they have like 25% allocated to smokers within enclosed areas. That's not going to be there anymore. People are not going to be able to smoke at work areas because now we have designated smoking areas. That's going to go. So yeah, there's like a whole lot of change that's going to come, and I'm quite excited about it. I can't wait to see it eventually. Yeah.
Look, I mean, that's a step in a very, very positive direction. I think the more we see it, the more we hear about it, the more you are deprived from it. It might just be the push that you need to actually just stop.
Yeah. All right. Let me not take too much of your day with that. Thank you again for doing this. I shall hopefully put it up next week, Monday. So it will be Monday's episode.
Okay. Cool. No, man, thank you for inviting me. And look, great job with this initiative. And I really hope it achieves what it's meant to.
Yeah.
Right? I really hope that it changes the mindset around smoking and finally maybe people realize it's not as cool as it sounds or it looks.
Yeah. Cool stuff.
All right. Okay. Cheers, my man.